Hello, Cherie Hanson here. First thing I want to mention before it slips my mind, it's a slippery slope, that mind, is I am having in my house two workshops. The first one is on March 1st. Please look for it on Facebook. It's posted up there, and I will put it up on Instagram as well. It is the inherited story, the DNA imprinting that comes down to you to formulate your reality. The fishbowl, the tiny little fishbowl you're swimming around in, which has been given to you, handed off to you by your ancestors, by the experiences of grandparents, of those who came before you. Also, the influences from your cohort, from the people who are the same age you are, from your culture. And I liken it very much to cookie dough. You know, you have a cutout, and that is impressed itself on you and cut off other possibilities that you aren't even aware of. So that's the first workshop on March 1st. The second workshop on March 2nd is to go more deeply into who you are, what your intentions are in this lifetime, why you came to Earth, and really start to get a clear vision for your future, for yourself. Those two workshops have free workbooks that come with them that you can take away. They're very good for people who are in the coaching and counseling field, who want to find a way to help other people examine what's happening to them and why it's happening, and so that they can step back and get a broader view. The thing that came to me today in my meditation, and I have an agreement with Spirit. My agreement is, it's called no hiding. I used to hide all the time. Like, oh no, I'm just a little middle class woman shuffling along, following the norms and doing what everybody tells me to do so that I won't be punished. No longer do I do that. I have come to a place where I understand that I've been given a psychic channel. I've been given this ability to see and understand things, to receive messages from the field. But the reason that I've been given them is because I have agreed to deliver the messages. No longer do I stay in an ego state of, oh my God, what will they think? It is simply my duty to deliver what drops down into my visions and into my hearing and into my knowing. And what you think of me or what he thinks of me or what they think of me is irrelevant at this point. So, as I'm meditating, I'm up to 6 rounds of Wim Hof now. Just miraculous. Very grounding. I saw myself as Siamese triplets. Okay, stay with me. I have to take what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and not react to it, not push back on it. So what I saw this body with 3 heads. Each of the heads was a different personality, a different thought formation, and that ended up leaving me like the Three Stooges, it's just slapping myself and like, what are you thinking? That's so stupid. You can't think that. Go there. No, go there. And so there was so much confusion that existed in my life in the past. And I'm not really clear about how that happened. I think it might be something to do with my star chart. The fact my astrology is that the Capricorn rising is meticulous and, just robotic and responsible and, just do the next responsible thing that's more important than anything else. And the Virgo, I'm cursed with in 5 houses, the moon as well. So the Virgo is shooting for perfection. Nothing but perfection will do. So I'm going to fuss around untangling the 12 sets of earbuds I have so that the wires aren't, tangled up. But the Leo, which is my sun sign, is going like, put that stuff down, buy some spectacular blouse or dress, get out there and dance, stand on a stage, be expressive, get into plays, do your art. So constantly there is this sense of the things that I'm drawn to will be contradictory. And I had a really good counselor at one point. Brave woman took me on to work with me. And I said, I'm always walking around every decision. I always, I have a thought and then I examine it and then I question it and then I call it the autopsy. And then I do the autopsy and go, okay, if I do this, then this will happen as a consequence. No, stop analyzing it. Just jump. And she said something to me. She said, can you just accept that you will always question every decision you're making because that's your process? And this huge light went on. It's like being on a movie set and having these gigantic lights shining into my eyes. Yes, I will always question. I will always examine. I will always look for the logic. I will always look for the excitement. I will always be contradictory because that's who I am. And I really, really have so much gratitude to her for pointing out to me that the job I had in front of me was to accept who I am. And to know that that is going to be my process. It's not bad, it's just my process. And so today I was thinking about the new moon, the snow moon, which is coming in, which is the time to once again get rid of stuff that we don't need, that don't serve our highest purpose, and to sit in meditation under that full moon, knowing that this is a chance to transform ourselves into our purpose. This is the time to set intention, to stop fooling around, to stop rearranging the same 5 chairs around the dining room table, putting them in a different place, keeping everything small, keeping everything a struggle, keeping everything a tribulation. And I was listening to a teacher today on YouTube because, as you well know from listening to me, I do spend 2 to 3 hours every morning learning and sitting with teachers and sitting with spiritual leaders and, just absorbing something that would be useful for you through me, comes through me, and it might be useful for you. And the thing that dropped down today was so perfectly on time. We need to give up our addiction to fear. It's a great addiction. When we're afraid, we have drama. When we have drama, there is this hit of chemicals that's so exciting. It's exciting. And I'm going to tell you my experiment with this. I used to be letting the Virgo in me just drive me around the house, drive me around the bend, drive me insane. And it's like, oh, I have to be perfect. I have to everything. I'll write down everything that needs to be done in the house. The smallest thing, the cleaning, the laundry, the tidying. And what are the improvements I have to put in? Oh, look at that. There's some paint chipping off of that. I have to take care. So I was wandering around like a person carrying a spaghetti dinner for 10 on a tiny plate. Here's my plate. And all the noodles are falling over the edge and the sauce is slopping up my sleeve. And it's too much. But the too much is the point. Because if it's too much, because if I'm not up to it, if there's something to be afraid of, then I get a chemical hit. Woohoo! I've got drama. Now, I've tried something new the last few months, and it's working for me. I float. I walk around the house, kind of like, oh, look at that. I think some of my spices could go in jars with labels. I'll just do that for a while. Not all of my spices, not all of my cupboards, not perfection, but just I feel like doing this right now. And so the consequence is that I am managing to put more order in the house, but I'm managing to do it in a new way. The new way is not the triplets, the Siamese triplets with 3 heads. It's just this sense of wholeness, of peace. Oh, look at that. I feel like making sure that all my towels are folded the same direction. Oh, look at that. It's done. That felt good. There's no rise and fall. And this is the thing that we get used to. It's our addiction in our culture to the rise and fall. I want sugar because I'll rise. And then we have the sugar, the glycemic index falls. And what I want to say to you is that process is exactly what we seek. We want to have this drama. We want to have this argument of us with ourselves. We want to have the resistance. We want to have the adventure, the possibility of failure. Oh my God. And what gets rid of that is now. So we sink into now, and we sink into the confidence that whatever happens now is perfect. It's perfect. I feel like tidying my cups by color. Oh, that's lovely. But we're not taught this. Our culture doesn't teach this. It doesn't teach us about flow. It doesn't teach us about being gentle. It doesn't teach us about taking actions out of love and confidence and feeling supported by the universe. It teaches us to be terrified. And so we have drama all the time. So that came down for me today. I accept the fact that I will have arguments with myself because that's the way it goes. And there is no right answer. There is no correct action. There is only now. How deep in the now am I? It's kind of like you're covered in the anxiety of mud and fear and, oh my God, some government somewhere is doing something. And then you just get into the warm water of now. And you don't have to scrub. It just comes off. And there you are, clear, calm, now. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my videos. I am so happy to see that some of the people are leaving comments about how they learned something or how it changed their life. Yes, I'm a transmitter. I'm just the receiver and the sender. None of this stuff is coming out of my head. It's just coming through me. I do appreciate it if there's a lesson that you think someone who is flopping around in the canoe with no water and they haven't got enough survival in their body, so they're just like this. And if you can send them one of my videos that you think might help them, please do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.